Hi guys, it's Jason here on a Sunday afternoon and live from College Bogan. I hope that you guys are having a great day because I know I am. So let's just talk about the weekend that it was yesterday in the college football. What a big weekend it was. A lot of upsets around across the college football landscape. And what what the weekend brought to us. So every week we're doing on this channel we talk about the Power Five schools and the Power Five games and what I saw watching those games, and you guys could comment on these videos what you saw and what stuck out to you. Um, so ACC, we always start with the Atlantic Coast Conference. Let's talk about these games. Duke gets a 28-14 win over Georgia Tech. Big win for the Blue Devils. 38-20. Boston College gets a victory over Louisville. Everybody gets a victory over Louisville these days. Notre Dame gets a 19-14 win over Pittsburgh. And Notre Dame, I get it. You slept walk after a big emotional win at Virginia Tech. Sooner really go down in the polls. I don't think they did in the coaching polls because a lot of top 10 teams lost. 4 of them lost over the weekend. Miami, 15th ranked, goes down to Virginia, 16-13. Miami's offense just once again, they don't get it going. The defense, when that defense is making plays, they're winning. But when the other team's not turning over the ball that much, they don't win. Virginia Tech, yeah, granted they had the 3 turnovers, but still managed to survive. Miami even turned over the ball. On 22-19 the victory, Virginia Tech gets the victory in North Carolina. Big win for the Hokies. And they get back on the winning track. Let's talk about the Big 12. K-State beats Oklahoma State 31-12. Once again, Oklahoma's under 20 points. Historically, this Oklahoma State team scores points at will. But sometimes in this, some games in the season, they got held under 20 against Texas Tech. Now, 12 points against K-State really stuck in the mud when it comes to offense. Texas beats Baylor 23-17. Sam, the quarterback got hurt. It was Arnica that got hurt. It was Sam Arnica got hurt. His AC joint in his shoulder was injured. No timetable for his return. But Shane Bushell did a very good job. 184, won a touchdown, won a pick. And Texas, coming off of that big win against Oklahoma, really sleepwalked through that game. Was in the control of this ball game mostly. So one thing you don't want to do if you're a big trophy team, undefeated, is go to Ames at night. And that's what West Virginia did. And they got beat 30-14. Iowa State was in control this whole game. And it wasn't even close. Iowa State's quarterback, Purdy, 254 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And real good, just 100 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. West Virginia got a touchdown off of a blocked field goal. So the offense really got 7 points on the whole day, and Iowa State um, just beat them. And hats off to one of my friends on Twitter. He predicted Iowa State to beat West Virginia, and hats off to him for picking that upset. Let's go to the Big Ten. Ohio State 30-14. This game was close in the second half, but Ohio State ran away with it in the second half. Maryland 34-7 winners over Rutgers. Get a big win for the Terps. Iowa 42-16. I can't think of a time when Iowa scored 42 points. I think they scored a lot of points against Ohio State. I don't think it was 42, but it was a big margin that they beat Ohio State last year. So, or the last year or the year before, I can't remember. Northwestern 34-31 winners over Nebraska. Nebraska had a 10-point lead. 5 minutes to go into the second half. Yeah, people could say coaching all day, but when you're a team that hasn't won a lot in the past couple of years, it's not the fact that you got to win a ball game. It's the fact that you need to learn how to win, and Nebraska hasn't learned that quite yet. They looked at the poise on the defense at times. The offense gave them a chance to win, but Northwestern just made the plays to win the game. Winning plays, we call them. And hats off to Northwestern. They come back at home. It was 11 a.m. local time kickoff, and Northwestern gets a victory. Nebraska still looking for their first win of the season. Penn State 21-17 losers, and for Penn State twice. Okay, 2 weeks ago against Ohio State, and last night against Michigan State. You lose a fourth quarter lead, and you talk about how you want to be in a league team, James Franklin. One thing, don't love fourth quarter leads, and you buy them, and same thing happened last year. Gave up a big lead to Ohio State on the road. Went to Michigan State and lost a close game. So, and Penn State plays Michigan on the road here coming up, and Michigan is a very improved team. Purdue 46-7 winners of Illinois. Wisconsin, they get blown out 38-13, the worst loss under Paul Chris. And Michigan just controlled this ball game throughout this game and run out Michigan and Ohio State. That game is for the Big Ten West, Big Ten East title. Michigan looks like a very good team defensively. The offense is clicking. They ran the ball very well. I believe they had 4 yards of passing in the second half. A very good ball team, and Jim Harbaugh beats the top 15 team, and he won. He won a game when the game that they were playing was a game they cite that lost to Notre Dame earlier this year. So hats off to Michigan. So let's go to the SEC. We'll talk about LSU Georgia later. Florida, Vanderbilt 37-27. Florida um, gets the victory. Florida had it to come back against Vandy. Vandy controlled this game mostly. In this game, a very controversial play. It was a blindside block on a kick-up punt, I believe, and the sidelines really got into it. Um, you see, what I saw was then Mason, um, the Vanderbilt's head coach, then Mason was yelling at the Florida sideline, and Dan Martin got involved. He yelled it back and whatnot. It was just a very ugly scene in Nashville. No ejections. The play didn't get ejected because it was his second push on a sportsmanlike call. But it was a very ugly scene. It'll be interesting if the SEC suspends any coaches or any players off of that game. But Florida looking very good. They get Georgia in a couple weeks, I believe. They do play. They play Georgia on the 27th. So 2 weeks, not this week, but next week. I believe both teams have a bye. So very good win for Florida. So Tennessee gets the first SEC win in 11 tries. Tennessee really dominated Auburn. You look at the final score, 30-24, but it was a late touchdown for Auburn to make it a close game. Auburn looking a little head scratching, but I think for Auburn, and what I could read into this is the equivalent of the LSU loss. And granted, LSU was a bowl team. I don't think Tennessee's a bowl team this year. I think LSU, I think Auburn's in a world of heap. And just like every week, all the Auburn fans say, hey, Gus Miles is going to get fired. I don't think Gus is going to get fired. Because we hear this all the time. Auburn right now is sitting 4-1. They need 2 more wins to get bowl eligible. I think this Iron Bowl this year is going to be a blowout. And it has been a very good game years past, but I don't think it's going to be a good game this year. Auburn, you gotta go back to the drawing board and really figure this one out. And they have Ole Miss next week. So Ole Miss could have scored some points now. So that's not a cupcake game for Auburn. That's well too. They gotta get W's to save Gus's job. If not, I think if they don't go Borden, you couldn't see Gus get fired. If he does, I don't think he gets fired. A&M 26-23 win. Big road win for the Aggies and Jimbo Fisher. A&M right now looks like the third best team in the SEC West. And whatnot. So, big win for A&M. Alabama 39-10. Tua Tagovailoa got injured in the third quarter. Sliding down, I think he hurt his knee that was previously injured. So Ole Miss 37-33. Ole Miss gets a game-winning drive. It was a 97-yard drive that scored, got a touchdown in a monsoon of a game. And Ole Miss, I believe, gets their first SEC win of the year. Ole Miss, a very good win. not a very great win against Arkansas. That's a team that's struggling. So, very good win for the Ole Miss Rebels. Let's go to the Pac-12. Oregon, Washington, 30-27 overtime. I just put up my recap video. It's on the channel. UCLA Cal, an upset pick that I nailed on the head. 37-7. UCLA gets the first victory on the Chip Kelly. Took them long enough for sure. Chip Kelly's been struggling at UCLA, a very young team. And the Cal, they started 3-0 now. They're 0-3 in the Pac-12. And can they get a conference win? I believe they could beat the Beavers, but that's not a lock. Cal's really struggling. They struggled against Oregon, struggled against Arizona, and now UCLA, you get blown out by a winless team at home, nonetheless. So, very big question marks in Berkeley. I don't think Wilcox's job is at all in the question, but losing to a winless team, that does sting, especially losing by 30 points. Very big loss for Cal. So Colorado USC 31-20. I actually went to bed in the third quarter. In this one, I was just extremely tired. USC had a 21-7 lead. It was 28-7 at one point in that ball game. And Colorado tried to make it a game. 31-20 with 3 minutes to go, but that was it. Colorado suffers their first loss of the season, and whatnot. And Colorado, their schedule gets tougher now. They go to Washington. Washington is a team that's coming off of a big loss to Oregon and whatnot. So Colorado, you gotta just regroup and play a very good team in Seattle. Let's go back to the SEC. I forgot to talk about this game. LSU, Georgia. LSU just dominated Georgia from the word go, 36-16. LSU just put a beat down on Georgia. That's what it was, and Georgia was never in this ball game. And the SEC West now gets very, very interesting because Florida has won a conference loss, Kentucky has won a conference loss, and Georgia has won a conference loss. And those three teams play each other in the next 4 weeks. Georgia, Florida, and Jacksonville. Kentucky hosts Georgia. So it could be a very interesting SEC West for sure. And those are your games from week 7 of the college football season. And once again, my name's been Jason. I do these videos every week. I appreciate everybody watching them. If you're watching them for the first time or you watch the first 5 minutes, I appreciate you guys watching them. Once again, my name's been Jason. This has been the Humpy Report, your week 7 recap of Ncaa. I have a preview of the week 8 matchups coming up to you guys. Probably Wednesday or Thursday, if I could get around to it. So once again, my name's been Jason. Have a great day, and go Ducks.